Hello, hello, my friends. We are already well into the first week of April, and that means that it is time for me to give you guys a little bit of a candle collection update. Now, if you've been with my channel for a little while, you guys know that this is a series that I started back in January where I decided to be very intentional and I went ahead and just filmed my entire candle collection for all of you guys. And I had two purposes in doing that. One, I really want to be intentional, meaning like I still want to be intentional about the fragrances that I am bringing into my collection. I'm in a little bit of a different spot than maybe some of you in the fact that I have this channel and I am always trying to bring in new candles to review for all of you guys. However, I really wanted to take inventory of the candles that I already have. I wanted to be able to enjoy what I have. And I wanted to make sure that the candles that I was bringing into my collection would be ones that complement the fragrances that I already have in here. And so I thought, well, if I go ahead and film it and put it out there, then I have in what I would call step two is the level of accountability in which I am sharing with you guys what I currently have in my collection every month going forward. So if you are new to my channel, first off, hi, I'm Katie. I love to talk all things candles here on my channel. So if you find yourself wanting to stick around for more of my content at some point during this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. But one of the things that I wanted to do with this candle collection series was every month I was going to let you guys know this is how many candles I started out with. This is how many candles I brought into my collection. I'm going to share with you guys the total number of empties videos. If you guys are new, you guys know that sometimes I stumble over my words because I just get so excited to talk really fast. I'm from California and we all talk pretty fast there. Some of us do, unless you're like more of that bro culture. Anyways, I start to stumble over my words. So I share with you guys the candles that I brought into my collection this month, candles that went out of my collection. Either that would be through empties, which I keep as a separate video, or I also share with you in this video candles that I decluttered because yes, I pretty much have been decluttering candles every month as well. So I tend to be a little bit verbose. I'm trying to keep this video a little bit shorter. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into this video. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start out with the candles that I brought into my collection. So I actually did a dedicated video probably about 3 weeks ago, I would say. I will make sure that I have that linked in the description box down below, as well as at the very end of this video. But in that video, I kind of go over more in detail the candles that I hauled. I actually only have two candles in front of me that were not part of that video. So I'm just going to kind of give you like a brief rundown here of the fragrances that I brought into my collection. Starting out with a Kringle candle, I went ahead and purchased a 3-wick of ice cream sandwiches. Now, I am a Kringle candle brand ambassador, and the 2-wick large jar was sent to me in PR when they released that collection, which was very generous of them. If you happen to have caught that review, you guys know that that was probably the winner of the entire spring and summer collection for me. I loved that fragrance so much. So I did decide to go ahead and purchase a 3-wick of that candle because I know that I will want another one of those going into the summer. It's fantastic, you guys. It's like a toasted coconut, creamy, little bit of chocolate in the background. Oh, it's my childhood treat in a candle. Totally love that one. Another candle that came into my collection, it was sent to me in PR, is Palm Beach from Hallmarks. Now, that fragrance to me is kind of beachy, but there's a sweetness to it. That one, spoiler alert, is on the docket for me to start burning in the month of April. So that way I can get a dedicated review out for all of you guys. But that one did come into my collection via PR. I did purchase, while we're on the Hallmarks bandwagon here, I purchased from QVC a duo of Saint Bart's. Now, again, those were two candles in that set. And I also like that fragrance. It's kind of a coconutty, kind of sandalwood type of fragrance. It's very sophisticated. I would say St. Bart's and Palm Beach are both summertime fragrances, in my opinion, but they're very, they're like elevated takes on like a traditionally like I want to say like beachy type of fragrance. It's not like your fruity cocktail. It's definitely beach vibes, but a little bit elevated. Other fragrances that I picked up. Oh yes, there was a Kringle Candle 3 wick sale. So I'm seeing here that I wrote down. I purchased Sea Breeze. Now that fragrance was part of the 2023 spring and summer lineup. That's just a very nice fresh coconut type of fragrance, beachy vibe. Again, I do like to burn that with Kringle Candles Ocean Tide. If you pair those two together, divine, absolutely love that. So I that was a repurchase for me actually. Juicy Delight in the 3 wick, that smells like watermelon Jolly Rancher, and I am here for it. I absolutely love that fragrance. Lemon Meringue Pie. Now, I did do a dedicated review on that candle. Spoiler alert, I think that that is actually a repackage of last year's Marshmallow Chicks. So 2023 Easter collection, they had a candle called Marshmallow Chicks. And to my nose, Lemon Meringue Pie is the exact same fragrance, which I was a little bit disappointed in because I didn't really care for Easter Chicks too much. But there is a dedicated review on that lemon meringue pie if you are curious to see my thoughts about it. And you guys will know my full thoughts about it here in a little bit. Little hint there. All right. I also brought into my collection in that haul video. I shared with you a Bath and Body Works, some candles that I purchased from Bath and Body Works, and one of those candles was Calypso Clementine. Now it's funny because initially I think I did a Bopus on that, so I didn't smell it before I purchased it, and then I brought it home and I smelled it, and at first I thought I liked it, but if you're like me, I have sometimes go into my closet when I'm pulling out from my stash, kind of rotating candles because quite frankly, I like variety and I get bored of the same candles every once in a while. So I'll go in and sniff and see, okay, do I want to burn this or not? Um, Calypso Clementine, the more that I smelled it on cold sniff, I was like, I don't think I really love this fragrance. So that candle, I did end up going and exchanging that candle for another one of the vanilla coconut surf. So I initially brought in Calypso Clementine, took it back to Bath and Body Works, and exchanged it out for Vanilla Coconut Surf. You guys should be seeing a review on Vanilla Coconut Surf coming up within the next 2 weeks on that fragrance because I really like that one. I think that that is actually a repackage of last year's, was it Santorini Coast? Why does that sound familiar? I'll put a picture up of the candle that I think it's a repackage of. But anyways, I went ahead and exchange that, I guess. And then I did purchase the limited edition number 33 candle from Bath and Body Works. That's kind of like a lemon espresso type of fragrance. And I did do a dedicated review on that one as well. So that will be linked in the description box for you as well. Yeah, you'll see my full thoughts on it here in a few minutes as well. And then other candles that I purchased from Bath and Body Works were Sweet Carrot Cake. Nobody is surprised to see me purchase another one of those. I love that fragrance. In fact, I think I bought that one during the 12, was it a 12.95 sale that they had a couple of weeks ago? And then I had a 25% off coupon. So I did purchase another one of those as well as Daffodil Daydreams. Now, that fragrance is a lighter thrower for me. However, I do like the scent. It's kind of like a marshmallow, slightly perfumey, delicate type of fragrance. And it's a great complementary fragrance to a lot of other candles in my collection. If you don't know this about me, I am the type of person that I typically like to burn 2, sometimes 3 fragrances at the same time in different areas of my house. So usually I'll have one here in my living room, one usually in my master bedroom, and then another one in like one of the other rooms on the other side of the house. And that way I just kind of have my whole home smelling nice, but I usually don't burn all of the same fragrance. I typically like to find fragrances that complement one another. So, yes, those were the candles that I bought at Bath and Body Works. And then 2 other Kringle candles that came into my collection. Easter Brunch. Love that fragrance. So glad that I decided to go ahead and take the plunge on that one. I do believe that that is sold out by now. Little bit of a spoiler alert for April coming in. I'm not including it in the March haul, even though I technically purchased it in the month of March. It hasn't arrived yet, so it'll be in the April one. But I did purchase another Easter brunch when it went 50% off about a week and a half ago, because I just knew that that fragrance, again, complements a lot of other scents that are currently in my collection. It's kind of like a really nice almond croissant type of fragrance. However, it's not heavy on the almond extract. It's more of the savory breadiness of a croissant. Really, really well executed, and it's performing really well for me. Other than, I would say that the vessel is a little bit sooty around the rim. I am running into that issue. So I don't know. I think that might have something to do with those mercury glass jars. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Also, if you guys are hearing a lot of background noise today, I have my windows open. I did have a cardinal, like, I was saying crying out. No, that's the wrong word. I did have some cardinals chattering with each other out there right before I sat down to film, and you might pick them up again. But I love the bird song. I don't like the planes flying overhead, but the bird song I'm all here for. All right. And then another country candle that I purchased was the limited edition Caribbean Beach fragrance. That one I did purchase, and I liked it okay. I think I was expecting it to be a little bit more of like a fruity cocktail type of vibe, and you will see here in the video what I ended up doing with it. So those are all of the candles that were included in that haul video that I put up. I want to say I put that up probably about 3 weeks ago now. Again, that will be linked at the end of this video and down in the description box. Also letting you guys know that every candle that I'm mentioning here, I will have listed below. With any kind of discount affiliate codes that I have, I do make a small commission if you do choose to use my discount code with either Kringle or Homeworks, but my discount codes are listed below. As well as, I think I already said, as well as with timestamps, so you can go back and refer to all of those things, as well as any kind of dedicated reviews. Speaking of dedicated reviews, let's go ahead and talk about two candles that came to me via PR from Hallmarks. These arrived shortly before the National Fragrance Week. I'll touch on that in just a minute here because you're going, Katie, where's that haul? So powdered sugar crepe, I did do a dedicated review on this candle. Fragrance notes of warm vanilla crepe, freshly ground cinnamon, melted butter, and powdered sugar. My pour date is December 26th of 2023. I did do a dedicated review on this. If you like hot cider donuts, sugar beignets, harvest donut, funnel cake, and you don't already have an abundance of those in your collection, this one is part of the family. It's a sibling to all of them. I would say the one that it's probably closest to is sugared beignets, in my opinion. But to my nose, they're very nuanced differences. Honestly, you guys, I would say that they're probably just like all a repackage of each other. But if you want my full thoughts, you might want to check out my dedicated review on that one. And then I'm filming things a little bit out of order here, but I do believe that I will have this dedicated review up for you guys before this video goes live. This is the raspberry coconut cake. Again, this one was sent to me from Homeworks in PR. The fragrance notes are coconut cake, fresh raspberry jam, raspberry sugar, and vanilla cream. A pour date of November 20th, 2023. So you can see I've burned this one probably about halfway. I like the fragrance on this. The raspberry jam note to me is very similar to the raspberry jam note that is used in the peanut butter and raspberry jam candle. So if you like the raspberry note in that candle, obviously this does not have the savoriness of the peanut butter note in there. But I like this. I have been pairing this with Kringle Candles Reserve Jelly Donut, the famed jelly donut that we all want to return. And honestly, you guys, I think I'm losing hope that it's ever going to come back. I don't know. Maybe they'll repackage it into something else, but I don't know why. I'm just losing hope that it will ever come back a year later. But anyways, I did do a dedicated review on this one. I like the fragrance. But it's very, very light. And also, I have heard from others. Now, I did not already have these other candles that it's compared to, so I can't say for sure. But I have heard that this is very similar to the raspberry coconut snowball that was released last winter, or the raspberry Linzer cookie. So again, if you have either one of those fragrances in your collection, you might not need this one. Now, I will touch on the Hallmarks National Fragrance Week. Yes, I did participate in that big sale. In fact, I went a little wild. You'll want to stay tuned this weekend because I will be bringing that haul to you. Again, I feel like I'm kind of cheating a little bit in terms that I purchased those candles in March. However, I made 3 separate purchases during that sale, and my last shipment did not arrive to me until yesterday. So I'm still unboxing and getting those all ready to film. And I don't know, it didn't work out for me to include that in my March haul. So that video will be coming up probably, I believe, this Sunday. I'm planning to put that video up for you guys. So be on the lookout because I am sharing with you my Hallmarks haul. It was a doozy. Just letting you know, it was a doozy. So I have totaled up here that I brought in 15 candles this month. Now, I started out at the beginning of March with 102 candles in my collection. So, if we're going to add 15 to 102, that would give me 117 candles. Now, if you caught my empties video earlier this week, I emptied 17 candles. So yay, I made a lot of progress. Now, one of the things that I don't know if I mentioned this in that empties video, that quite a few of those candles were ones that were already in my collection from last year. They were kind of like carryovers, and they were like maybe like halfway burned. So that made it a little bit easier to kind of work through and finish up a lot of candles. But I'm not going to go over all 17 of those candles. If you want to see all of the candles that I finished up, you're welcome to check out that empties video. Again, just for time's sake, I'm trying to, condense things down. But I did finish 17. So we had 102 at the beginning of the month. We added 15 through haul or PR, which would be 117. We went ahead and emptied 17. So now I'm at 100 candles. And now I am going to share with you the candles that I decluttered from my collection. Now, I think some people might be clutching their pearls with some of the fragrances that I may say that I ended up decluttering. Truth be told, some of these might surprise you guys. So let's go ahead and start out with a couple of candles that I decluttered. I decluttered Country Candles Lemon Lavender. Now, one of the reasons why I ended up decluttering that fragrance is not because I didn't enjoy it. I did. However, I am kind of past the like lavender phase. I don't really burn a lot of lavender going into the late spring and summer months, and definitely not in the fall and winter months. I am a very seasonal burner. And so I decided that that was a fragrance that it's kind of like it's been around for a long time. It smells exactly like Yankee Candles Lemon Lavender. It's been around for a nice time, for a long time. I do like the fragrance. However, as somebody who has to, or not has to, but chooses to have a YouTube channel where I am reviewing new content or reviewing new candles for content, I decided that I really needed to take the approach that fragrances that have been around for a long time with a brand, unless I just am head over heels in love with that fragrance, I need to move them along and out of my collection because other people might really enjoy them, but I know that I personally am just not going to like enjoy them as much. So in the case of this lemon lavender, and then the other fragrance that kind of went hand in hand with it was Tis the Season. This was a fragrance that was part of the holiday winter lineup from 2023 from Country Candle. That one I also did end up decluttering that candle. Again, because it was kind of like a fresh lavender fragrance. It's one that I really only see myself burning in the month of January, but I didn't love it enough to feel like I needed to keep it in my collection for next January. I decided to go ahead and move that along. And then citrus and sage, again, another fragrance that has been around a long time at Kringle and Country. It's kind of a nice herbaceous citrus type of fragrance. Again, pleasant. Do I love it? No. And one of the things that I do when I declutter candles, in case you are wondering, I will usually look at my friends and say, hey, would any of you guys like these candles? Because a lot of my friends, they're not really the type that go out of their way to, one, they're not really like in the candle community like a lot of us are. They might casually purchase a candle here or there. They might light one up here or there if they're going to have company over, but they're not the type that burn candles round the clock like I do. And so I do know some of their fragrance preferences. And so sometimes I'll know that, like, oh, they might enjoy this. The other thing that I often do is if none of them want the candles, Usually, what I will do is I will bring a box of candles with me to my Bible study, or I will just lay them out in the foyer of my church and say free candles, and they always get taken up that way. And here's the thing, you guys, I know that some people might feel a certain kind of way, especially when I talk about the next two candles that I decluttered from my collection. Um, well, I'm just going to give you guys a spoiler alert. Two of the candles that are coming up next are two candles that I actually received in PR. I don't like them. And I'm going to tell you that it's not that I think that they're bad fragrances. They're just, we all know fragrance is very subjective. And truth be told, these two fragrances actually gave me a headache because I'm just, for whatever reason, sensitive to that genre of fragrance. And I know a lot of other people really love them. But to me, the way that I look at it is that because I am then passing the candle along. I'm not throwing it in the trash. I'm passing it along to somebody else who was really excited to receive that fragrance. They love it. They smelled it on cold and they're like, oh, I love this fragrance. Now I'm introducing the brand to somebody else who maybe has never heard of them. Um, and so that's the way that I kind of look at it. I don't know. I don't ever want that to seem like I'm being ungrateful. It's just that, again, I really can't spend a whole lot of time trying to make candles work that just don't work for me. Remember the whole Marie Kondo movement? Like, if it doesn't spark joy for you, like, pass it along to somebody else who it will spark joy for them. So, saying that, two candles that went out of my collection this month, and I feel really bad, you guys, because I couldn't even burn them long enough to give you guys dedicated reviews, again, because they gave me a headache. The first one was eucalyptus and cotton. This is one of the new candles from Kringle. Now, this one was sent to me in the 3-wick, which we know is very potent. I was only able to light that candle one time. Again, it gave me a headache. It's very much like fabric softener, those clean, fresh laundry vibes. So if you like candles like that, then you might want to be on the lookout for maybe some other ambassadors' reviews on it, or maybe other people who just are candle enthusiasts and give reviews on either here on YouTube or over on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. I couldn't do it, you guys. It gave me a headache. And I know that. I know that a lot of like cotton laundry type of fragrances tend to do that for me. So that one found a new home. The new person who took it was more than happy. She loved those types of fragrances. And also in that same vein, Cotton Flowers, which is from Country Candle. That one, it didn't give me a headache as much as I could not get past the spearmint note in there. It was way too minty. It reminded me of chewing gum. It didn't complement any other candles that are currently in my collection. I was just really having a difficult time burning that one. Like, it was almost like I was like dreading lighting it up because I just really didn't enjoy it. So again, it went to a new home and the new owner is very happy with it. All right, let's talk about some other candles. So I mentioned that a couple of these candles were ones that were recently hauled this month, and then they went right back out of my collection. So Caribbean Beach, like I said, from Country Candle. I didn't love it as much on cold. I just felt kind of meh about it. Like, it wasn't one that I was like, oh, this is so unique, and I know that I'm really going to enjoy this. However, I had a couple of friends have birthdays this month, and so I decided to gift that one to a friend of mine who I know that it would make her feel like she's on a vacation. She is a teacher, and boy, does she need a vacation. You guys, if you're teachers, you guys know you're coming into the home stretch of the school year here pretty soon, and I decided to go ahead and treat her to that candle. So I didn't even light it up and burn it. I got it in, and I thought, oh, I have a friend who I think might like this fragrance. So again, a fragrance that I just felt kind of meh about and thought, well, I got my friend a gift here. Other candles that I did decide to go ahead and gift this month, I did decide to gift the other candle in the St. Bart's duo to a good friend. I just thought that she needed a little bit of encouragement recently, and so I thought that she might like that. I posted this over on Instagram. One of my favorite things to do when I am putting together a little gift for a friend, whether this is for a birthday or maybe just a little word of encouragement to anybody. I don't know. Sometimes, like, I think like gift giving is a love language for me, although I don't really like receiving gifts, but I love to kind of just watch people that I care about and think like, oh, what type of gifts would they like? And anyways, a gift that I kind of put together for some friends was I usually will include a candle, a little treat. So like this month it was those what are they? The dark chocolate sea salt caramels at Costco. Oh my goodness, you guys, those are so good. And they were on coupon. And they're great, especially if you have a friend that has to eat gluten free because they're gluten free and delicious. So I included those, and then I've also recently been including my favorite devotional. It is by Jackie Hill Perry. It is called Upon Waking. Just a warning: it is not your like fluffy surface level Christianity devotional. If you are somebody who is looking for something to take you a little bit deeper, it's an excellent devotional. And so I've been including that in a couple of gifts recently. So, anyways, the St. Bart's candle, I knew that my friend would like that one. Stay tuned for my homeworks haul coming up because there is a candle that I hauled that I do think will pair really nicely with that St. Bart's fragrance. So when that haul came in, I decided that I could go ahead and part with one of the St. Bart's fragrances. I also went ahead and passed on my beloved Winter Fireside. Now, I had purchased that candle, I think, on clearance after Christmas. And one of my really good friends, one of my best friends, that is her like favorite fragrance. She loves that scent so much. So I did go ahead and decide to pass that one on to her. Just again, every once in a while, I like to just love on my friends a little bit. And then another fragrance that was in my collection that I went ahead and I actually donated this to a raffle for the ladies' tea at my church. We had that the weekend before Easter Sunday. Was Blueberry Violet Tart. They were looking for some raffle items, just like free raffle tickets. Everybody always likes to win a prize when they come to those things. And so I went ahead and donated Blueberry Violet Tart to that raffle. And the winner really loved it. She said, "Oh, I'm so glad I won." She's like, "I love this fragrance." So, and then let's go ahead and talk about well, one more fragrance that I actually do like the scent, but again, it's been around in Kringle's lineup for a long time. And I actually ended up having the original packaging on this. I accidentally had dropped the candle and shattered the jar. And so I kind of had to like repackage it into another Kringle jar. I just saved another vessel and we were able to somehow get it back in there. But I went ahead and passed it on to my mother-in-law because she loves orange fragrances. But I did go ahead and declutter Sicilian Orange in the medium 2-wick. I gave that to my mother-in-law. She had some surgery last month, and I just knew that it would be something that would lift her spirits, and it did. So I went ahead and passed that on to her. And then I kind of hinted at it earlier. Two fragrances that if you saw the dedicated candle reviews on them, I just was not wildly crazy about them. Number 33 from Bath and Body Works, I went ahead and passed that one on to a friend. The more I burned it, the more I did not like it. There's something on there that is just, or like in that fragrance that is just not hitting right for me. I don't know if it's like the heaviness of that espresso note. The combination just isn't really good for me. Also, it started to develop puny wicks on me, kind of getting more of like a burn smell. And I was like, again, I don't have time for this. I got a lot of other candles that I really want to enjoy. And that's just where I'm at, you guys. That's the realization I'm coming to. If I don't like a fragrance, I don't have time for it. I'm moving it along. Somebody else will enjoy it. And it's okay for me to hold things with an open hand. And then the other fragrance, you won't be surprised to see this one, lemon meringue pie. Went ahead and decluttered that one because if you caught that review, one of the reasons why I didn't like Easter Chicks last year is that to my nose, there's something about how that fragrance is blended that, especially after it's been burning for about an hour, it starts to smell like an ashtray to me. I don't know why, it just does, and I don't like it. So again, it went out of my collection. So if you were keeping a tally, I decluttered 12 candles out of my collection. So we started with 102, added 15. I feel like we're doing math with Katie here, had 117. Emptied 17, which brought our number down to 100. And I decluttered 12 candles, which brings the grand total to 88 candles by the end of March. And you guys know my goal is to be somewhere under 75. I think that's a realistic goal. I mean, shooting for the stars would probably be to get it under 50 by the end of the year, but I don't know if that's a realistic goal, especially with having my channel and wanting to make sure that I'm reviewing new candles for all of you guys. So I don't know, you guys. I think that this was probably the best month of progress that I've made. Kind of, I guess. Like I said, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit because I did haul some Hallmark's candles, but those will be included in the April lineup. However, I still think that things are going to balance out throughout the month of April because I have put myself on an extreme low buy for the month of April. We will see if I can stick to it. If you caught the video earlier this week where I was previewing the Kringle Reserve launch that happened on Thursday, the 4th, I told you that I was already interested in two, maybe all three of those candles. So who knows if I went ahead and purchased all of them. But yeah, I'm putting myself on an extreme low buy this month, and I might be able to stick to that because I am going on vacation for a week this month. I do plan to completely unplug during that time. I'll be talking about that next week in my April candle chat video a little bit more in depth, but I'm hoping that being disconnected for a week will help with the amount of candles that I am bringing into my collection. So, remember to hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. It does let me know that you like this content. I'm sticking with it, you guys. I'm going to be intentional throughout this whole year. I'm telling myself that I am accountable to all of you guys, and I do hope that this video does encourage you. I know that a lot of times, especially I'm part of the problem, that we're always focused on the new, the new, the new. But oftentimes we have a lot of wonderful fragrances that we really love currently in our collection. And I think that it's important for us to really be good stewards of what we have and enjoy what we've already spent money on. And it's okay for us to buy new things every once in a while, but let's think through our purchases. I think that my goal for this video is to kind of encourage you, especially maybe if you're finding yourself maybe wanting to purchase a lot of new things, but it's just not in your budget right now, or you're just like, nope, I've made a commitment to whittle down my stash to this number before I buy new things. I just hope that this video serves as an encouragement for you because I will cheer you on in that endeavor. So I'm already starting to wander and ramble here a little bit. But again, if you are new to my channel, I would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button if you would like to stick around for more of my content. That Homeworks haul will be coming up this week. I will be having some more dedicated reviews for you guys next week, as well as my April candle chat video. So I think that covers all of it. I do want to say thank you so very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.